Namaskar, viewers. I'm Vibhuti Jha. This is Sanatan World, and I'm coming back to you after a very long time. Quite a few things were happening, and I'm glad I'm back with you again. And today I wanted to talk to you about reviving certain elements of Sanatan World that we live in. I personally believe, and you know that this is the century that belongs to Sanatan World because Sanatan is eternal. And when it is eternal, it is universal for everyone without exception. But today I wanted to talk to you about two very prominent concepts in our Dharma. One is the most famous, Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, so much talked about around the world that every Indian will say Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, right? My favorite, as you know, I always end my shows with a request and with an invocation, Satyamev Jayate. So I'm talking about that Satyamev Jayate versus Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. There is no war. Let's put it that way, very clear. Where both of them are remarkably powerful invocations to the world around us. But I'm asking that every Indian must consider giving better priority for Satyameva Jayate today than Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. There is a very interesting reason for that. You know, the other day I was driving around and I saw one of the cars in New York from another state had a slogan, live free or die. And then I was reminded of by somebody who told me, I live free, you die. So how the concept gets changed, right? In the interpretation, how it changes. So Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam has been told, our Prime Minister, India's Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi ji has often been saying Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The Hindu philosophy, the whole world is one kutumb. I don't agree with that family part. It's not family. Kutumb doesn't mean family. If it was kutumb, it would have been parivar. Whole world, Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam is not world, is a family. It is a kutumb. And kutumb, I think, in my interpretation, is about community, the cosmos, the earth, the water, the sun, the energy, the space. Everything is part of the kutumb. Everybody is similar. People world over have same nose, eyes, not same, similar nose, a product which is out there performing identical function. Every human being, men and women. Let's put these two genders together first. Every man or woman has the designated body parts performing identical function. Some more, some less, starting from brain and the ability to run or do things. So in that sense, the same H2O nourishes our body. Same air makes us live, right? Same sun's energy sustains all of us. This is global truth. And that is the meaning of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, in my opinion. It's not about a family, because family is a very interesting concept, in my opinion. Interesting concept is also because of the very simple fact that in family you have instances of sibling rivalry where brothers and sisters fight with each other after the patriarch and the father and mother have departed. Everybody builds his own family unit after their marriages and after their children, and the conflicts happen. So while affectionate relationships exist, but many relationships no longer remain related. Think about that from that perspective. And that's why a very important example, the moment Dhirubhai Ambani died, his two sons who were part of the empire bifurcated. It has happened to many Indian business empires, and it happens globally as well. So the concept of family has to be understood with a bittersweet truth in it. And that truth is that every brother, sister moves away in life, and there comes a new set of family units, and each one is selfish. But important part is for India and Indians to remember that while we talk about Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, there are others who say you don't belong here. It belongs to 157 countries run in Christian ideology, 57 Muslim countries, one Israel, Jewish country, and we odd guys Hindus. They want to convert us to their family or their way of life. They don't want to accept us as them. Therefore, when this particular thing that we tell people, they laugh within themselves because they say, you don't belong to my family unless you have converted. You heard in recently Munich conference, security conference, Marco Rubio, Secretary of State of the United States, was talking about European Christian values that our allies must remain very strong about, and that United States is not going to be a caretaker of the decline of Europe. Very powerful words. Where was the family there? In my concept, in my opinion, it's time for all of us to begin giving primary importance to Satyamev Jayate, because truth is one and the truth must triumph. Truth only triumphs. That is an ideology. That's a thought. Nobody will disagree with you there. It's a very interesting political thought process that occurred to me a few days ago, and I thought I'll share with you. That if we say Satyameva Jayate, I wonder how many people will say we are wrong. But when we say Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, they will say, you don't belong to my family. You understand what I'm saying? The political, geopolitical significance of this Satyameva Jayate is huge. Even Supreme Court of India has that Satyameva Jayate slogan on the back of it, Chief Justices. Satyameva Jayate is truth alone triumphs eventually. But truth doesn't triumph by itself. One has to indulge in everything to protect and defend that truth. This also is an undeniable element. Truth doesn't win. Sun rises on its own, water flows on its own, but then you can build a dam and then you can channel the resources. That's the point which I'm trying to mention to you. That Satyameva Jayate must be the slogan, must be our element of the philosophical content that must become currency of the 21st century as India strives to make Sanatan universal, eternal elements as truth. That's what is important to understand. Sanatan is eternal, and that's the truth, whether you like it or not. I am this color, somebody is different color. That's the truth, whether you like it or not. This is what is important. Whether, regardless of who you are, which country you belong to, who you pray to, every woman takes 9 months to deliver a biological normal child. That's the truth. Remember, this is important for all of us to carry this message forward to the entire world. Why truth must triumph? Because if you do not address the truth, if you do not tell the truth, however bitter or harsh it may be, that means you are trying to adopt a practice in which you can mollycoddle the truth. You can put some element of the truth under the carpet. The moment that happens, it becomes no longer carries the essence of truth. That's what is important. We cannot run away from the truth, and we have to face it. So, ladies and gentlemen, watching this show today, I want to ask you, would you think India and Hindus must adopt Satyameva Jayate as the currency of the 21st century, the legal tender of Hindu philosophy and Sanatan Dharma? Not to ignore Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, but let's put this in front. Let's always say Satyameva Jayate. Thank you very much for watching. We'll talk to you again very soon. Thank you. Satyamev Jayate.